What if I told you that the San Francisco 49ers are poised to make a game-changing move in the upcoming draft? With their highest first-round pick since 2021, the 49ers are eyeing a potential star to bolster the offensive line. Can you imagine the impact of bringing in a top-tier talent from Ohio State? Stick around as we dive into the details of this exciting prospect. Make sure to subscribe and hit that like button to stay updated on all things 49ers. As we look ahead to the upcoming NFL draft, there's some exciting buzz surrounding the San Francisco 49ers and their potential pick at number 11. This is the highest first-round pick the Niners have had since they traded up for Trey Lance back in 2021. And let's be honest, I don't think they'll be making a trade like that again anytime soon. It feels like they're more likely to either stay put or even trade back, depending on how the final games of the season shake out. Currently, as it stands, the 49ers are just outside the top 10, but with losses to teams like the Lions and the Cardinals in the next two games, they could potentially climb the draft board. So, what does all this mean? Well, according to CBS's Ryan Wilson, the 49ers are expected to select Ohio State offensive tackle Josh Simmons. Now let's dive into why this makes so much sense for the team. Simmons is a San Diego State transfer who played right tackle before making a smooth transition to left tackle at Ohio State. And while he faced a tough break with a knee injury against Oregon that cut his season short, he was showing promise at a high level before that. There's been talk that he might consider returning to school for more experience, but he's declared for the 2025 draft, and I think that's a smart move, given the current draft class is a bit light on offensive line talent. Now let's get real for a second. The 49ers haven't drafted an offensive tackle since they picked Jalen Moore in the 5th round back in 2021. With Trent Williams missing half the season due to an ankle injury, it's clear they can't rely on him to stay healthy for an entire year. And let's be honest, right tackle Colton McKivitz hasn't exactly blown anyone away. Simmons would be a significant upgrade for this offensive line, and I truly believe he could step in and help immediately. So, you might be wondering, is this the right path for the 49ers? I'm honestly torn. On one hand, adding a talent like Simmons could bolster a line that desperately needs it, especially considering the injuries we've seen this season. On the other hand, I can't help but think about the potential of trading back and stockpiling more picks. With a deep draft class in other positions, that could be an enticing option too. What are your thoughts on this? Do you believe that going after Simmons is the best decision for the team right now? I want to hear from you all. This is the kind of dialogue we need as we gear up for what could be a pivotal draft for our team's future. As fans, we're all invested in how these choices can impact our chances of success moving forward. Are we confident in the front office's ability to make the right call? I know I'm hopeful, but also a bit anxious about what lies ahead. I mean, we all want to see our 49ers back to the pinnacle of the league, and every pick matters. So, what do you think? Is Josh Simmons the right choice? Should the 49ers look to trade back instead? I want to hear your expectations, frustrations, and everything in between. Drop your comments down below, and let's get this conversation going. The San Francisco 49ers have made a significant move by signing offensive tackle Charlie Heck off the Arizona Cardinals practice squad, as reported by Josh Weinfuss of ESPN. Heck is a 5-year veteran with 21 career starts under his belt, and he brings much-needed depth to an offensive line that has been struggling with injuries. It's a tough time for our O-line, and this addition could be a game-changer. Charlie Heck, coming from a football family, his father Andy had a decade-long NFL career and has been the offensive line coach for the Kansas City Chiefs since 2013, clearly has the pedigree. He was a 4th-round pick by the Houston Texans in 2020 out of North Carolina. In his 2nd season, he started 13 games at right tackle, showcasing that he can handle the pressure of being a starter. However, the reality is that his career has largely seen him in backup roles since then. After spending his rookie contract in Houston and re-signing with the Texans, he found himself released just before the season began. Joining the Cardinals' practice squad was a fresh start, but he only saw action in 7 games without any starts. Now, with the 49ers, he has an opportunity to step up. You have to wonder, could this be the moment he finally finds a stable role in the league? The injuries along our offensive line have been evident, and they have created a perfect storm for Heck to potentially earn playing time quickly. If our starters continue to struggle with recovery, or if more injuries occur, Heck could find himself on the field sooner than expected. This could be a pivotal moment for him, and honestly, I'm excited to see how he fits into the system. But let's talk about the implications of this signing. For a team with Super Bowl aspirations like ours, depth along the offensive line is crucial. Heck's experience could provide that stability we desperately need. But I have to admit, I'm a bit torn. Is this really the best decision for the team? With so many options available, did we make the right choice? As fans, we have high expectations, and I think it's essential to recognize the risks involved. While Heck might not have been a star in Arizona, he has the potential to prove himself here. The coaching staff will have a couple of weeks to evaluate him, and if he impresses, he could work his way into a backup role. That's a big opportunity for him, but it also raises questions about our current lineup and how we address our offensive struggles moving forward. And speaking of struggles, how do you all feel about the depth on our offensive line after this move? Are you optimistic, or do you think we should have pursued a different option? I want to hear your thoughts. This is a pivotal time in our season, and every decision counts. It's also worth noting that as we approach the midpoint of the season, how we handle our offensive line situation could significantly impact our chances. We need to keep our quarterbacks safe and our running game effective, especially if we want to make a deep playoff run. Heck's addition is a step in the right direction, but will it be enough? So I'm reaching out to all of you. What do you think about this signing? Is Charlie Heck the answer to our offensive line woes, or are we just hoping for a miracle? I genuinely want to hear your opinions in the comments below. And don't forget, if you liked this update and want to stay informed about all things 49ers, make sure to hit that like button, share this video with your fellow fans, and subscribe to the channel. You do not want to miss out on any of our essential updates. Also, activate the notification bell so you get notified whenever we post the latest news. Let's keep the conversation going, and as always, go Niners.